You ready for some more Dark Souls 2, Phil? I think we were just at the first boss for you, right? Like you, we did mine. You accidentally died during mine. But, it shouldn't be a big problem. I think Phil had to be right back. We can go ahead and start Dark Souls 2. Electric Boogaloo. Pardon me.
An update was not necessary on my part.
Oh, you probably already had the PS3 update then, so that works out for the site. Which is interesting that, I mean, I know they're obviously still releasing updates, but it's like,
wait, maybe it was.
Did you have the PS3 update after all?
Why didn't it tell me?
It probably didn't boot up, but if your kids were using it, I was gonna say, it should have told you when you turned it on.
Yeah.
But if your kids were using it and they didn't tell you, then it's because your kids didn't tell you. Fast maths.
Settings.
It do be that way sometime. Yeah, it's gonna take like 10 minutes or so.
And I could have been doing it while waiting here.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's just one of those things with modern gaming. You gotta deal with the updates, even on a console that's, oh gosh, is the PlayStation 3 15 years old? Phil, am I gonna cry here in a second? It was released in 2006. It's older than 15 years old, baby! Woo! Yeah.
What? Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Let's say it's 17 years old, yeah.
I mean, I didn't actually get one until like 2012 or something.
I think I was about 2012 as well. I think the PS4 was out at the time, so they were going for cheaper. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix the Elgato. There we go. Was a bit too big, but now it's just right. This porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. This porridge is just right. I better put the Final Fantasy XIV DLC on my wish list. Oh, it is on my wish list. Okay.
Well, okay, that's the next question. How old is that game?
Final Fantasy XIV, there is a distinction. Do you mean the original release, which flopped, and they actually had to shut down the servers for a year while they made A Realm Reborn? Or do you mean A Realm Reborn?
Whichever one you were playing.
Well, the original one died, so, I mean, the original one came out in 2010. A Realm Reborn came out in 2013. So let's see, this released 2013. I'm trying to remember how long the original Final Fantasy XIV lasted. Servers were closed November 11th, so it lasted 2 years before they did close it, because it was just not doing well. But Final Fantasy XIV might be what's keeping Square alive these days, to be quite honest.
And it's
because everybody... In its current form, yeah. Because people actually really like this 14, and I really like this 14, so it's like... I mean, Phil, you can go ahead and play the free version for up until, like, level 70. There's some restrictions, but... There's still stuff you can do.
I can barely find enough time for Dark Souls.
That's fair. I can understand that.
Speaking of, I don't know how long I'll be able to stay today.
That's fair. I figured until probably about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Which is entirely fine by me, because I'm gonna...
Given this update, I might just make it 11:30 to compensate.
That's fair, but I mean, that's not your fault. This stuff happens. Yeah, as I say, I have to get to bed at a decent-ish time, too. That way I can go to daily mass tomorrow, because I'm trying to be better. I'm also trying to reset my sleep schedule. Instead of going to bed at 2 or 3 each day, I'm trying to go to bed at midnight. I just like staying up late. It's pleasant. I get time to myself.
Yes.
But, you know, family and job.
Yep. I can relate.
And love. Yep, and love and marriage. Ba 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 ba. Horse and carriage. Can't have one without the other. I can't even use that yet, so. I have my first spell equipped, but I can't use it yet because my intelligence is too low, Phil. I'm too stupid. I'm too stupid. Oh yeah, didn't you say your intelligence was 2?
Somewhere around there. Am I gonna need that at all?
Are you planning to cast spells, or you just want to go Unga Bunga?
I don't need spells.
So you want to go Unga Bunga? All right, then
I
no,
mean,
you do not need
I
any
might
intelligence.
use like a crossbow or something.
You don't need intelligence for that. You do need Dex.
Okay.
We haven't gotten your key yet, have we? No, I don't remember where we get your key. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find it.
Magic is... Oh, I don't trust it. Magic is that... That's that devil stuff, isn't it? Oh.
That's the devil stuff. I mean, I've never used magic in my runs until this run, so I just haven't had an interest in it. I'd rather go Unga Bunga, honestly. Now, pyromancy I have used, because who doesn't like fire? Fire, fire.
Oh, that sounds very diabolical. Oh. Hellfire and brimstone. Oh.
Hellfire. Rest of the song. Do 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 do.
But of course, in the Terraria, I do total shift to focus, and I'm the magic man.
That's
there.
true.
Haha! I'll show you.
He's a magic man. He's a magic man, mama. Try to understand. Try to understand. Try to understand. He's a magic man, mama.
Barracuda.
I'll be able to. Barracuda. I could get my strength up eventually. My strength is very low. My dexterity is okay. I was going off of Dark Souls 1 logic, where dexterity actually makes it so you cast a little bit faster once you get to high enough.
A faster
I'm
caster.
wrong about that. Faster caster. I'm wrong about that for Dark Souls 2, but I still want to get dex to 15 and strength to 15 at the very least. I'm still mainly going for magic build, but having those two at 15 should be so I can equip a lot of weapons.
Whoa.
Excuse me. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. The white stuff. First time I tried it. A huge sugar rush. Boo, 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 boo. White stuff.
That's...
I don't even buy Oreos. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I thought that was like a song about cocaine or something.
Oh, no, that's Oreos.
Like, you know, that whole Smoke on the Water era of music.
Is Smoke on the Water about cocaine?
It's about some sort of drug, I don't know what.
Fair. So I like the song, but I guess I never paid attention to the drug part. Smoke on the water, here in the sky.
Any song from that era that mentions smoke, yeah.
I don't know about any, but I will give you probably a majority. Alright, let me know when you're in the game.
Almost.
I saw you logged on. Yeah. Then we'll go do your giant.
Oh yeah.
Because you died last time to my
I
giant.
was gonna try to do that like during the week so we could move on.
I mean, it technically would have been a good idea, but I think we'll be fine. I can at least help with it and get some more experience for myself. The only downside is obviously you won't because you didn't get the souls from my giant. I was going to ask you, did you want to do the second boss after this? Or did you want to do the third boss, which the third boss is easier, actually. So we could do the third boss and then come back to the second boss.
Okay, I'm in. Where do I
Okay.
go?
Forest of the Fallen Giants.
The usual place.
Yeah, Cardinal Tower. You got it, buddy boy. Smoke. 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 I'm looking forward to doing Final Fantasy II Dawn of Souls tomorrow, though. It's been a while since I've played through all of that. I'll go put my summon sign down for you. Usual spot. Are you going to get the Mega Man Battle Network collection when it comes out, Ulu?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've only ever played one Mega Man game.
You probably like the Battle
I
Network
didn't
games. Those are
do it.
RPGs. Yeah, but the Battle Network games are RPGs.
I like the music though.
Oh yeah, I mean Mega Man does have very good music.
Where's my soap sliver?
What'd you
Did
say?
you put down the soap sliver?
I put down the soap sliver. It should be near the giant hole in the wall.
Am I not? Am I? Oh wait, weird.
Take off your helmet. Find out if you're dead.
I'm
Oh, there you
still
are. Okay.
alive.
Oh. I was gonna make a Portal reference, but I don't know how to do that. If you just say reference, does that count as a reference?
Well, the fact that I was referencing something entirely different by saying it in that
Oh, were you?
method, yeah, it is
Fair.
a strong bad cartoon where
Oh, fair.
this, what's his name? I don't know, a
Near Cargage?
one-time, no, a different, gets crushed by all the grapes, and he's like, "Are you still alive?"
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I don't know if that's sad or not. Did we open up the shortcut down below? Do you remember?
I think so. Is it in here, right? Yes.
Yeah, let's see. Did we open up? Let's see.
Man, once again, I don't remember.
Nope, go back up.
Don't remember.
Go back up. It'll take a while. Run is circle. You can also climb ladders faster that way. You also dodge with that. Don't dodge down the hole.
Okay.
And then guard is left bumper. Attack is right bumper. Please, stop stabbing me. I'd like to stab you, though. Come here. Come here. Who wants to get stabbed? Ow. Not me. That'll work. They back, yeah. This guy will come out again. Oh, look out! It looks like one of them decided to come early, apparently.
Well, that's his problem.
Let's say, technically that's a good thing, because it means since he came early, there'll be less of them to swarm us at once. I probably should heal just to play it safe. Okay. There's a guy up there that throws them their bombs, so be careful there, Phil. Why is this guy almost dead? There's two guys up there that throw them their bombs. Look at Phil. You better heal, Phil. They're gonna toss fire bombs.
What is that?
You.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, I did this.
I'm winning, son. We're winning enough. How you doing, Yogurt? All right. Before we do this, did you do? Is there an item up there? Did you get that item? If not, be careful. This is where those guys drop down and try to poke you in the butt.
Item.
Okay, let's be careful then. I'll bait.
I'll get the drop down guy.
Hopefully, I'll bait. Did the drop down guy come? Well, let's go ahead and just drag this guy down here, and then we can just get the drop down guy.
Wait, there's three of them.
Oh, you're right. There's three. Be careful. I can at least distract this guy. My knife doesn't do much, which is why I want to get different weapons, because it's like I can't do anything against shields with this. It's like I'll try to stab him, but that's about all I can do. Finally got rid of the kids. Nice. I mean, hey, I mean.
Okay, I'm gonna get this item.
Kids are nice. All right. Don't fall off. Don't do it. Don't fall off.
My only concern is turning around.
I mean, that's a fair concern, to be quite honest with you.
Over.
Let's be careful. That guy still up there? I'm starting to turn black. We gotta get in there. Go ahead and go through here.
This one?
Yeah. There's not a boss through this one, so don't worry. We will get to the boss shortly, but this is the fog gate before the fog gate.
Item over here.
Lizard, quick! Bill, get the lizard.
What?
The lizard! Come to me! Lizard went away. My weapon does not have the reach for it, unfortunately.
I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta get an item over.
Well, yeah, but there's little crystal lizards. They go ahead and give you upgrade material. They disappear, though, if you don't kill them in time. But they do respawn, so... They respawn as long as you didn't kill them, I should say. And open that door while you're over there. There's another item you missed. I'll show you where it is, by the way. If you need to resummon me, this is the shortcut that I was seeing if you had earlier. You have it now. Oh, I got it. Just come this way quickly. I'll show you where the item is before I'm gone. Then come resummon me. It's over here. Down there. Alright, then just come back to where we usually meet. If you go through that door, there should be the ladder that you're familiar with. Take the ladder, and I'll put my summon sign down so you can summon me again. I could use the big summon stone if you want. Yeah, I mean, may as well.
Okay, here's the door.
Then there should be a ladder to your right. Not immediately to your right, but shortly thereafter. Shortly thereafter. Right down the road. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm gonna see about this weapon.
Was it the mail breaker?
halberd.
Oh, I can't wield it, so that would be why I didn't know.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, unable to use it. Perfect.
Your stats, yeah.
Oh,
Probably lacking enough dex if I had to take a guess. Let's see, the halberd takes 20 strength and 14 dex. You probably don't have enough of both, honestly. If I had to take a guess.
okay. And I got a better shield.
Nice. My summon stone's back to where it usually is. Oh. Oh.
I'll leave you a phantom.
Light.
Leave you in
I figured out how to get the blacksmith's key, by the way. The lady in the room that you're in has it, so you'll have to talk to her and buy it from her.
Oh, okay.
Not very expensive, only 1,000 souls, so. But it will be useful for later, because it's like that's how you upgrade a lot of stuff. Did you talk to her?
Yeah, got the key.
Oh, you bought it? Okay, cool. Alright, let's go do the boss then. So the large soapstone means I can't disappear,
Is that what you
which is
did
great.
this time?
Yeah. But if we just need like a quick little, hey, turn me human again, the small one's the better one. Here, you go on first. Bye-bye! Just kidding. What is key? You're using the flame longsword?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Can you open this door? I assume we can't yet. I think you might be able to open it after we beat this boss, though. I didn't do that myself last time, now that I think about it.
Another.
Oh yeah, you gotta open it. If you want, you can. It's probably an NPC.
No.
Alright, we should be fine with two. Should is the key word here. I cannot guarantee anything.
Now, if I were playing a series I'm much more familiar with, you'd obviously have to throw a bomb in there.
Oh, Zelda? Yeah, that's true. Coming in. Look out. Owie. Look at my small damage. Ooh. I think I'm barely dealing. Oh! I think I'm doing like maybe 18 damage. Look out!
That one got me.
Yeah, get out. I'll distract you. You go heal. I said I can't distract if he does the long army though. Because my weapon's not doing enough damage, Bill. Careful. My mail breaker's doing more damage. Cool. Ow, I'm gonna heal real quick. Please
Like
don't come
one
to me.
hit at a time.
Hey, as long as you get a hit in, that's what matters. Taking his arm out, be careful, he's gonna get extended range now.
Oh, he squashed.
Yep. Careful, he's really going for you at the moment.
Drinking.
I'll try to distract him off of you. He's going for you. I'm stabbing at his toes. Alright, distracted him. Alright. have this mail breaker. At least it does more damage than my knife. A little harder to aim with, except for against a big... Yeah, we did it.
Zod.
Yeah, let's go do a different area, then we'll come do the second boss in a little bit.
Okay. We just.
Because the third boss is the third. Yeah, good point. So you just go back the way you came, and then you should be able to go ahead. So basically, just go back to where you have been summoning me. It shouldn't be a problem.
Oh wait, can I open this door now?
Let's say, did you get a key from defeating that boss? Can you open that door?
No.
All right, I think I know where that key goes. We can do that later. Okay.
I'll use the campfire first.
Yeah, go back to Majula. Because the third boss is not in this area. The second boss is, but the third boss I'd say is a little easier than this one. It can also help me unlock miracles, so that would be nice. That way I can start tossing lightning once my faith is high enough.
A gosh dang miracle.
It's a doggone miracle. For now, man.
Majula Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. Majula Matata. Forgot the rest of the song. Means no worries for the rest of your days.
Oh, man. What did I start?
What did you start, Phil? You started karaoke night. Okay, so from the bonfire, go talk to the blacksmith.
Okay, yeah, I got the short bow.
Nice. Yeah, just open it up, I guess, first, and then talk to him. To say he should give you a little bit of something to upgrade your stuff. I think, if I remember correctly.
He says, "Come back later."
Oh yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later. You're right. Okay, I think they'll give you something later. Okay, so from the blacksmiths, go around the blacksmiths, take a right. Not off the ledge, though.
Up to the monument?
No, back. There should be a door next to, or close to where you do the monument. You know what I'm talking about?
Huh?
Where the cat, I said right. I think, yeah.
Why is one
Okay, just
looks at it?
go to where the cat is. Go to where the, I guess a better way to put it, go to the tent next to where the cat is.
Okay.
Yeah, then there should be a door right next to the tent, like a stone archway.
Oh, it's an arch.
Do you see the stone archway? Yeah, for this first little bit we'll have to do it solo, but there should be no enemies on the way down, so. It's just it's a small little puzzle you have to figure out.
No.
You've played a Zelda, you can figure out a small little puzzle.
The contraption does not move me.
Yeah, you gotta go to the right. That contraption will move later.
No, I mean emotionally.
There's-
It doesn't move.
Oh, fair, that's true too. True. Big of true. Yeah, people will go ahead and kill themselves here intentionally to make people think that there's something coming. There isn't.
Oh man, I have not been worried about the bloodstains at all.
Oh, you haven't? Fair enough. Once you get down on the left-hand side, there should be a chain, which you need to pull. It'll let you into the next area. Don't miss the chest on the way down, though. There should be a chest on your left as well.
Okay, the chain's pulled.
Yep, and then it should make it so you can go ahead and continue
Oh no,
on.
there's water. Can you touch it?
You can touch it. As long as it's not past your head, you don't die. And then you should get to what I like this area. I think it's very pretty. Don't fight the first enemy you see. He hits like a truck. So run past him to the right, and there should be a bonfire on the right. Use that bonfire ASAP so you can go ahead and de-aggro the enemy so we can summon one another in.
There.
Did you do the bonfire and activate it?
No, there's 2 guys. There's 3 guys.
What do you mean there's 3? I think you have gone too far, Phil. I meant literally to the right of the first area. I think you've gone too far. Go back. Go back.
Ah, no.
Phil, you've gone too far.
Okay, I'm back.
Go back to... Go.
This time,
Go-
the dude.
You're back at the first dude?
Well, I went a bit further back, but.
Okay.
the-
Oh, you're back at the tunnel?
Yeah, well, it's outside, the entrance to outside, or
Okay.
as one might call it, the exit. I don't.
The
see
exit.
a
Yeah,
fire.
so, okay. There's
there
definitely
it
a
is.
fire to the... There, yeah.
Down the stair.
I thought I said down. Did I say downstairs? Maybe I didn't say downstairs. I'll put my summon sign down for when you're ready.
He came down to get me. Help.
Yep, that's... you gotta go fast! You gotta go fast, Phil!
I lit it.
Did you rest at it?
No.
Alright, I might need to summon you then.
Okay.
Did
Alright.
he kill you?
No. There.
Okay, I'll put my summon sign down then. It's slightly behind... It's... You should
Should
see
I
it.
have leveled up?
Yeah, that's a good point. Go level up first. You can warp back here now, so go
Yeah.
level up. I'll wait for you. Actually, I shouldn't do... That's a bad idea. I was gonna see if I could get somebody to summon me in real quick to help with the boss in this area, but then I realized Dark Souls 2... As much as I like Dark Souls 2, there's some weird mechanics here and there. It has a mechanic where if your soul range isn't close enough, you actually can't summon one another. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna overlevel. I changed my mind.
How do you tell what stat requirements a weapon has?
Okay, you go to start, you go to equipment, you go to one of your equipment slots, and then you see at the bottom left there how it shows the strength or the hand. The fist, or the muscle or the hand. The muscle is for strength, the hand is for dex.
Modifier.
Yeah, after you've gone to your equip stuff. So you're trying to equip a weapon, I guess, is the best way for me to ask that.
Oh, there. After I press.
Yeah.
the button.
Yeah, you do have to try to equip something.
Wait, I have a spear?
You probably have a couple weapons, yeah.
Okay, I need more next there. Should know it.
Yeah, that's why I want to get to 15 of each at the very least.
Some of these soul things.
Some of what things? What?
A soul thing. Item.
I don't know. You gotta give me the full name instead of just the soul thing.
Soul of nameless soul.
No, don't use that.
Why?
I think. Hold on, which one?
It just gets me more souls.
Oh, yeah, as long as you don't use the soul of the last giant, that's fine.
Okay.
The soul of the last. So you don't want to use boss souls because you can use those for weapons or spells later, which you don't care about the spells, but you do care about the boss souls. That's how you get boss weapons.
Okay.
Boss
There.
weapons. Did you say boss weapons? Right down the road.
Okay. Bring it up.
Bye bye.
See if that.
Right down the road.
14. Okay. I can use the bow.
That's good.
Wait, crossbow?
Bow is usually better, but neither are particularly good, admittedly.
Do I have any arrows? That's the real.
That's also a good question. You've got a friend in me. Boo, 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 boo. You know it's true.
Very,
Go and
very
dance
limited
around.
number of arrows. Okay, back to Steven's tower.
Yeah, I'll put my summon sign down. I'll do the small one this time. Just because I want the rewards for the small summon sign. There's enough decent rewards. Should we turn on can we turn on a password game? My summon sign is down for you though.
Yep. That's not the right.
Oh, you see it?
No, that's not the right person. Hang on. Here we go. There was two of them.
Oh, two of them. Right down the road. Now these enemies do hit harder, but they do provide a lot more souls, so just be careful with them. That is the one downside. The boss here is easier, but the enemies are harder. But there's usually not a lot of them, so... Alright. Yeah, we'll just fight the first guy. Be careful. I don't think the other guy can aggro. But yeah, he's obviously big, so just fight the first guy.
Miss me, you stupid. Oh, he did.
Let's see, he hit you. Decent amount of souls. I think you got close to like 1,000 or something.
400.
400 still decent. Considering we need like 2,000 to level at the moment. Careful, this guy has a different weapon, so he's a little harder to predict. Like that. The mace guy is the one that typically throws me off. Alright, with this one, be a little careful again because of the fact that he's so close to the ledge. And obviously you don't want to fall in this water. Oh yeah, yeah. There's gonna be a couple items. And don't get the next item yet. Let's fight this guy. There's gonna be an item right to the right of here, but don't get it until we fight this. You go zooming! Careful. Leave my friend alone. Alright, we're good. I think I can do one more, and then it's going to de-aggro me just as a heads up. Or de-summon me. Alright. By killing that enemy, we can go ahead and activate this over here. I can't. You can. There's once again 2 bosses here. But we're going to save the 4th boss.
What does it do?
Pull the lever, Crunk. Actually, you can see. Look over here, quick. I made this platform over here bigger because that's where the boss is. So you have more room to fight him, so you don't accidentally fall off.
The wonders
That's
of
where the third boss is.
modern engineering.
That's where the third boss is. Oh, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come
What?
back. I just had duty fulfilled. Go back to the bonfire.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, at least I let you know before you started fighting them. That would have been bad. Okay, as a heads up, the mechanic for this group is they'll let you fight the first guy with no problem, and then his other two pals will come and rush you after you kill the first one, so just be careful. I can't help it, man. I want those small silken smoothie stones. They can get you some decent items.
Okay, just waiting for the thing.
It's down. Just waiting for you to be able to see it now. Right down the road.
How do I
Bye-bye.
put the arrows in the thing?
You go to equipment, and underneath where your torch is, did you summon me or did somebody else?
I am.
Alright, just want to make sure, because since one of the things we probably should buy is a name engraved ring, because then it makes it so that whatever name is on that ring is who you can summon. It narrows it down, but it doesn't make it so that only the two of us can summon one another, but it does usually make it a little easier. I don't think there's passwords for this one. That might have been a Dark Souls 3 introduction. Right down the road. Bye-bye. Oops, did not mean to do that. Hello, friend. Yeah, but you go to equipment, and then right underneath where your torch is where you can equip the arrows.
Where's... Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was gonna walk slowly. After these three enemies, you'll probably have to summon me again, just as a heads up.
Yep.
See, those other two are backing off. That way you can go ahead and have an honorable guru for this guy. And by honorable, I mean not at all. Just beat him down. And you take the left one, I'll take the right. Ow.
He's coming after you.
That's fine. Look out, mine's coming for you now. Yeah. Alright, we can probably get one more. I know there's at least one more, maybe two more down here before I pull that lever later. Come help me with these guys before I'm out of here. There is one more guy down here. Yeah. Then we'll have to come back and get me again. But we can probably get this guy in time to go. Nope, we can't. Run away, Phil. Run away.
Don't worry, I got him.
Alright. Might even get the experience for that since I did. Cool. Alright, go ahead and just summon me once you get back. Please. Please, sir.
So I walk back into the fire?
Yeah, you are back to the fire.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can start using the large soapstone so you don't have to do this. Now, the good thing with the name engraved stone is that it does give you more time on the summon, which means we would be able to get more, but I can just start using the large. It's not like the rewards from the small, smooth and silky stones are that great. They're not bad, but they're not great.
Well, we can use them when we get that ring thing.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, I put down my white sign soapstone. The big one, not the small one. Not that it would matter for this one. You can't de-summon in the middle of a boss fight, which is probably for the best.
Where'd you put it?
Usual spot.
Fire.
Near the fire, yeah. Unless somebody else didn't summon me. If they did, I'm going to jump into the water. Find me? We'll find out.
What if I find you and then command you to jump in the water anyway? Ha.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh.
I'm not trying to be mean to these other folks, but it's like, specifically when you're trying to play with friends, like, I'm sorry, friendo. It's you! Alright, let's go pull that lever. There was a second lever where we fought those 3 dudes.
Yeah, and there were some more dudes.
Yeah, that's for the 4th boss. We'll come back after we defeat the 2nd boss. The 3rd boss is easier than the 2nd boss in my opinion, so we can get a quick boost, and then come back for the 4th boss after we do the 2nd boss.
Where's that lever?
It is right over here. Now, technically, there is a way to cheese this as long as you don't pull the levers, but
we pulled the lever.
since we pulled the levers, and since you're new, that's the other reason. I figured for a first playthrough, it's like, let's go with the safe route instead of the cheese route. Mainly because the cheese route involves pushing him off the ledge. Did you get that chest? Be careful. Just, yeah, you can get it pretty easily, but just don't fall off. Did you make a chunky dude, by the way?
I sure did.
I was gonna say, he kind of looks chunky. Don't fall. Don't do it. If you want to heal before going in here, you can.
I only have 1 flask left.
Oh, then I would not recommend it. I'll go ahead. Be fine since I have my mail breaker. I break mails with it. I like to break the patriarchy. I'm sorry. That was a really stupid joke.
I'm stuck.
He's on me now. He should be on me now.
I'm a drink.
He is. That's fair. Yeah, see though, we can't fall out of the arena now.
Yeah.
That's why I figured that this would probably be a good idea for the first time playthrough. He's on you now, so I'm going to beat him. He got me. Twice! Careful, he's after you. I'm coming for him.
That's close.
Careful, yeah. I'm gonna heal up real quickly since I have... Oop, careful. Back off him. I can probably finish him since I have more flash than you. I just need you to distract him once in a blue moon. Life gem works too. Oh, I meant to dodge there. I didn't, but I meant to.
Oh, I shielded it.
Yeah, shields don't reduce damage entirely, but it will make it so you do take less damage. We did it. We did. There should be a bonfire upstairs, if I remember correctly. There shouldn't be a bonfire very far from you, so...
Is it in this mist?
It should be the other way, because that's the way you came in.
Oh.
So I'm gonna go level up. The bonfire should be upstairs, as I said, if I'm remembering correctly.
Ultra.
There should be a lady upstairs too. Don't stab her. If there isn't a bonfire,
There is.
You know, I can just, as I said, there should be. There should be. I guess the smart thing from now on would have let me do my area so you get a lay of the land and then we can do yours. That way I can verify these facts about Spider-Man.
Well suited to comprehend the wondrous power?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to start casting spells, miracles, they'll
Bearer
require
of the-
faith.
Okay,
I just leveled my faith up to 9.
so I'll go back to what?
Majula.
Oh,
We'll go back to Majula, either level up or...
Go back.
Do you like the weapon you're using at the...
Go back to mint julep.
Majula? Do you like the weapon you're using at the moment? Because you can probably upgrade it now, too, a little bit.
I don't know, I feel like I should try out more.
That's fair. Definitely not a bad thing to do.
And like, I'm
The
still finding
Lua,
some weapons. It's just,
a man
You will
of
find
extreme
weapons
labor
throughout
with
the
his
entire
feet,
game, but that's fair.
Not rope.
look.
What does it matter?
I mean, as long as you only use stuff that uses, whatchamacallit, that shouldn't be a problem. Hold on. What's it called? Titanite shards. That shouldn't be a problem, because Titanite shards are pretty easy to find. It's other stuff that's a little harder to find.
Okay, crossbows are for strength, so I'll hold on to that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Crossbow.
Use that. That might not be a bad weapon. I'm willing to try this. Maybe do a bit more damage. The rapier is...
If I find any more soul-y things. Yeah.
I'll be.
I have a new weapon too. I can be a cool kid now and do a bit more damage. I mean, maybe not that much more, but at least a little bit more. I feel like more slashy weapons, but we'll see. We'll give it a shot.
What was the thing that's cheesy?
What do you mean what's cheesy?
ADP?
Adaptability? You do want more adaptability, yeah.
Okay.
More adaptability, see? It gives you more iframes and it lets you drink your Honey D faster.
Wait, what's Vit? I should get some Vit.
I mean, that's true. There's a lot of things you should level up, honestly. It makes it always hard to choose which ones.
26.
Who could it be now?
Sure, I'll get some. Now I can use that. Wait. I still have 2,000. I should be able to get some more. No. Just short. Okay, what?
Yeah, when you're here, I'll go ahead and summon you in.
Wait, why can't I use this with my present attributes? 20 strength. Oh.
Did you forget that?
20 strength. Fly.
Corners from
Mail break.
Mailbreaker's what I was using. It's not too bad. I don't really like how it attacks, though. It's got a very specific hitbox. It's not my favorite.
With the axe.
I mean, at least you can ask people questions this way.
Like broadsword is weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seemed like we were doing pretty good with the flame broadsword.
Wait, flame longsword. Wait, the broadsword is way better.
Somewhat. The flame one gets flame damage too.
Oh, so it's addition.
Yeah, so the broadsword, let's see, I'm trying
It's
to find the where's the
120.
broadsword?
And then the flame thing is 78, and then
And 78.
78 fire.
Yeah. Which isn't bad. It won't be very good against enemies that resist fire, though, is the downside. So maybe you want the broadsword, because
Eh?
I go broadsword if you can wield it. I don't even think I have a broadsword.
Oh, axe 135.
If you want to use the axe, you can upgrade it too. It will deal more damage that way. Or if you want to wait for the halberd to see how it functions, that'd be fine too.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll just hold on to these for now. The fire sword is doing fine. If we get to an area that's full of fire enemies, then I'll just switch.
And so we will, but not for a while.
Okay, so I travel to where now?
Hyde's Tower of Flame. It's Hyde-tastic.
Oh wait, the Tower of the Flame, or
The Tower of
or
Flame.
the entrance one.
Let's see, Hyde's Tower of Flame, you go to Hyde's Ruin.
Yeah, because it's the second one that I unlocked is called Tower of Flame. How confusing is that?
Fair. That's a bit confusing.
And then make some soap for you, yeah.
Yeah. I could use one. I went for a run today.
Let's see, soap time. Which type of soap do you want?
Why don't you do the large ones? That way it takes less time. I'll start using the large one too.
Wait,
But this has been a pretty good run so far. We've been able to take out 2 bosses. Maybe we can take out 3 more. We'll find out.
okay, I close this.
Looking. I'm sniffing for it. It's so...
I haven't died at all.
Hey, you died once. You haven't died today, though.
Yep, I meant today.
I've died too, so don't feel bad. I got you. Who could it be now? Who could it be now? You like my new weapon once you load in?
I'll only like it once I've loaded it. But before that,
Fair.
I hate.
Fair enough. You're a hard one to please, sir. It'll be nice for me to get another new weapon after this. The rapier might be a decent one, though. I'm curious.
Well, I'm a ghost. Can I use infinite crossbow bolts?
No.
Oh, I thought that would
It'd be
be a
nice.
fun idea.
It is a decent idea, but no. Ooh, I do much more damage this way now, which is not bad. We stabbed him to death. At least I stabbed him to death. What weapon do you have? Are you axing still?
No, it's
No, you slashed.
fire.
You
sword.
Yeah, you slashed him to death and fire. Yep. He died. Oh hey, I forgot this guy dropped Sublime Bone Dust, so we should upgrade your Estus, by the way. We'll do that when we get back. I'm pretty sure Sublime Bone Dust makes it so your Estus heals more, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I tried to upgrade it, but it said there is no item to upgrade it. Here we go.
Well, so that one you have to go ahead and use in the fire as opposed to the Maiden.
I
Yeah, you gotta throw the dust in the fire. It's like Harry Potter. It's like fluid dust or whatever you call it. Careful, you might fall off, so you don't want to fall with him. It's like Harry Potter. Do 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 do
Blue
do.
powder power, blue powder power, blue powder power. Do you ever watch the Harry Potter musical?
Which one? There's been a few of
It's
them.
like, well, I don't know, like any of them.
Is it the official? There's an official one that's really bad because it did some stupid stuff with Hermione, like making her black. Not that I have anything wrong with black characters, of
Well,
course. Hold on, I have to say something really stupid here first, and you continue. Some of my favorite characters are black. It's just a joke.
depending on your acting troupe, if you just don't have enough, like,
Look out, my guys. That is true. That's true. But J.K. Rowling came out and specifically said, "I never said she wasn't black."
when in
I guess we change guys. I'll take this guy. You take the other one.
hang on, this is a bit, yeah.
But yes, I was just saying that as a joke for anybody listening.
How did he hit me? Come on.
That's like the token response, isn't it? Or something like that, where you say, I have black friends. It's like, yes, congratulations. That doesn't make it a good thing to say. You should like them not just because they're black, you should like them just because they're people.
No, so I guess I'm talking about an unofficial one.
Yeah, yeah.
It was on YouTube.
Did I remember to pull the first lever, Kronk? I can't remember.
Yes, you did.
Okay. But no, I have probably not seen that one though. I may have to look into it.
It's a fun time.
Fair. Okay, this is much nicer with using the large soapstones instead of the small ones. The small ones are nice, but for items, but this is much faster. Ooh, he hit me from back there. Alright, I still got 2 S's left after that. Let me grab my item without falling in.
Yeah, the
hopefully.
big soapstone is more convenient for, this is supposed to be like a co-op experience, so it's...
Yeah, I guess this is more better. Like, if we need to go ahead and get human real quickly, the other one will be better.
Yeah.
But I say we use the large one from now on. Some NPCs you should summon, by the way, to contribute to the quest line. We haven't gotten to any of those yet. Alright, boss time. Come on in and help me with the boss, please. He's very big and scary. He hurts my tum-tum. Careful, you can still fall off from the couple openings in the door, so... or the wall, so do be careful. Ooh, I'm surprised that did not hit me, but I'm not upset by it. Yeah, you can go ahead and heal. Please target on me for the time being. Not anymore.
Healing?
You should be able to go ahead and heal. Yep. I was about to say, please tell me I didn't just fall out a window. But there should be only those 2. I'm on it. On it. But yeah, the Dragon Rider isn't too hard of a boss.
The music ended the solo, bro.
Yeah. I'd probably say this boss is actually easier than the last giant, to be quite honest. But the enemies leading up to this boss are probably a little harder, so that's why I was like, yeah, let's go to the last giant first. Let me talk to the lady upstairs. I almost went off the ledge. You go right, not left.
Only a lady.
Please. Hey, young lady! California dreaming about ladies.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art. I can see,
Okay.
but the cost of it.
So, what? I rest a bonfire. I burn something?
You should, yes.
burn the bone dust?
That sounds correct, yes.
I can't burn at this bonfire. What?
Might be the one in
Offer your-
Majula you have to do.
Fine. Oh, and I can level up once.
That's true. Yeah, I can level up at least once, maybe twice.
I just need one more to use
Yeah.
the handra, the huldra, the hug.
The fucking the Haagen-Dazs. Before we do the next boss, we're going to take a slight detour. I'll summon you in. That way, it's just a little bit easier.
Okay.
That way, you can know where to go.
Where's the late? There she is.
She moves a little bit sometimes.
My lady, you should not wander so.
Lest this
LOL, LMAO. Okay, so I need Dex after this, which is fair.
Not quite enough to get the thing, I guess. Need 20, right? That's a lot.
It is a lot. Did you need 20 Dex or Strength, by the way? I think you need 20 Strength.
Yes. Not quite there.
Okay. That's fine. We can go do some more stuff like that boss that's coming up. So I'll burn here the Sublime Bone Dust.
Do I warp back to the top of that tower?
No, we're going back to the Forest of the Fallen Giants for the second boss. So back to Forest, and then back to the Cardinal Tower. So it's still a tower, but it's a different tower.
Okay.
Then just put down your summon sign, and I'll summon you in.
Is the boss immediately apparent?
Well, we're going to take a side detour, and then we'll get to the boss. The boss is very close to the first boss we fought here.
So
Not very far at
I
all.
should use the small soap.
I'd use the large one. Remember, it's easier to use the large
Yeah,
one. We
but
found out.
once I get in to the boss, it doesn't matter if I have a large one, and I'll get an extra item, right?
Yeah, all right, go ahead and use the small one. Yeah, that's fair.
Does that make sense?
It
Okay.
makes no sense.
I'll
Yeah,
put it right by this,
you've named all the Poke.
this fire.
What? Yeah, just near the normal one. I'll show you after I summon you in. You summon but you named all the Pokemon from the first 6 generations. That is pretty hard, honestly. I can get a lot of them if I see them, but I can't name them off the top of my head. I think I still have my original Pokemon post. Give me 1 second, Phil. I'm gonna see if I do have that poster still. I'll be right back. So it should be right down here. I know almost where it should
I
be.
used
if I
to
have it
have a
still.
Pokemon Stadium 2 poster.
on one second. That's an easy $600, isn't it? I don't think it got to 800 until a little later than that. Okay, I'm back, Phil. Sorry, I was trying to find my thing. I did find it. I did find it. It's a little bit beat up because you know it's 25 years old, but I do in fact have my original Gen 1 poster still.
Articuno Jinx. Squeaky.
Oh, oh. The sticky stuff I used to get on my wall in the first place is still sticky 25 years later.
You should go on their website and leave a review.
No, I mean, technically that'd be a good review. It's like, oh, it's still sticky, but at the same time, this is why I prefer to frame things like this these days. Maybe I'll frame this and then, oh, bye controller.
It rumbled right out of your hand, so.
It did.
He. Woohoo.
It's like, yeah, this is the original one, like, all those years ago, and you can see it's pretty beat up, but I still have it. Maybe I'll get it framed. Because I do kind of like it still, and I have pretty good memories of it.
Let's go,
You can tell the corner down here. Alright.
I'm here.
I say Gen 2 is pretty easy, honestly, Yogurt, as well as Gen 3. Gen 1 I can see because Gen 1 was, whatchamacallit? Gen 3 is pretty moderate. I was gonna say, I think Gen 2 and 3 had like, Gen 2 did not have a lot of Pokemon. It had 100, and that was about it. There might be some exceptions I'm missing in my head.
No, it was 100.
You get the left guy. Oh! We're good. We're fine here. Everything's fine. How are you?
Feeling
okay, we
chunky.
haven't let this... Feeling chunky. Alright, I forgot one thing upstairs, so I'll be right back. Stay here.
Why does my heavy attack do less damage?
It can depend how you hit them. Gen 4, I think, had a lot of Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's true, Yogurt. I was gonna say, that is a lot of them, because it's like, I know there's Magmortar, Electabuzzes, Rhydons, which is Rhyperior. I can't remember what Electabuzzes is at the moment. I don't think Gen 2 is harder, because you got Pichu. I think Igglybuff was Gen 2. You got Cleffa for Clefairy. Elekid, Magby. You got Crobat, obviously.
Onward.
Trying to remember. Yep, this door should open now, which it does. I'm trying to remember all the other. Is that all the Gen 2s that got evolutions from Gen 1? Careful, there should be Skellyman. Oh yeah, I forgot about Polito. That's true. There's probably gonna be. Careful, there's a. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, there is enough that I am actually forgetting, so maybe I take my comment back.
Anything that required to, like, hold an item and then trade it, like, steal it.
Oh yeah, Steelix, that's true, that's true. Oh gotcha, that's fair, Yogurt. Okay, so this corridor is actually a lot more dangerous in the PS4 version because there's Skellymen here. No Skellymen here.
Here comes a Ninja Turtle.
He's Mutant Ninja Turtles. Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's gonna blast now. Turtle power. Do 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 do. Do boo 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 boo. Boo 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 doo. There's another turtle over there. Careful. Do do do. Oh, it's not a turtle. Do 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 do. Marie, Poppip, and Larvitar? Is that true? Is that the only three? I'm having to think about that
Mary
now.
Poppins and the Larva?
Mary Pop, do 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 do. Oh gosh, there's a turtle in here.
What? How did he hit me?
AoE. Please hit me. Oh, he missed. He missed. Oh, that's scary. Yeah. Turtles are very scary. I'm trying to think. It's like there's no. Well, yeah, that's because you didn't want to. You wanted to do duty fulfilled. Did you get duty fulfilled?
Yeah.
All right, I'll meet you back there.
No, the idea was to get to the boss on a small soapstone.
Oh, I thought you wanted to get the items. Then, yeah, do the large soapstone.
Okay. I thought it was closer than that.
I misunderstood the question. Now I'm having to think, because it's like, I don't remember any other Gen 2 evolutions, because it's like, I guess... Obviously there's Crobat, but that doesn't count, because he was from Gen 1 originally.
No.
Except for Crobat. Yeah, like, I'm really thinking, there's Marie, Hoppip, and Larvitar. I have to go... Like, well, there's the,
like, evolution line exclusive to 2?
Aside from starters.
Well, sure.
Yeah, like...
Just like...
Well,
the spider, the Arya.
No, three evolutions. So, like, yeah. You're right, there's the spider, otherwise there's Ladybug and Ladybug. Togepi and Togetic, although technically that did get a third evolution, but that wasn't until Gen 4 Togekiss. Technically, not Snowrent, the little ice pig thing got one, but that was also Gen 4, so once again doesn't count.
Okay.
I think I was gonna say, let's, yeah, I was gonna say, from other generations you get a load others, so I was gonna say Yogurt actually went exactly where we were talking about for that, and so I was like, I'm trying to think of any others.
I put soap there.
I'm waiting to see it. It's like, where are the other...
No, that's all.
I think that might be. That's like, it doesn't feel like it should be. Nope, Ninja, not during streaming time. Sorry, bud. Come on. Until I see the soapstone, I can go ahead and pet you, though.
It's, wait. I
see it.
Wait, no.
Let's see. It's similar to Gen 4. You have Shinx, Starly, Gibble. Aside from the evolutionaries. Yeah, and then Gardevoir got a split line. Gen 5, which is like a remaster of Gen 1. You mean like in terms of it just being those Pokemon and they were trying to go specifically for similar Pokemon? I can say that, yeah.
I don't know much past number 2, but I do know that Game Freak got criticism about Gen 2 having too many cute Pokemon, so they tried to get more edgy and cool ones for Gen 3.
And now nobody cares because they want both cute and edgy. So it's like, yep, just give us both, Game Freak, and yep, that's what they do these days.
At this point, they've settled. They're comfortable.
I mean, that's because Pokemon doesn't just constitute one side. Whereas I would also say Gen 2 has a lot of cool-looking Pokemon. You got Larvitar, you got Lantern. I don't know if I'd say Lantern is cute. Yeah, I could see it being argued that Lantern is cute. You got Fortress, you got Pineco and Fortress, which I would not say is cute.
Through the secret door here?
Through the secret door, yeah. I think, no, yeah. That's, want to make sure you're going through the right secret door. What's some other ones? You got Girafarig, which I would also not call cute.
Mareep. Hey, no, the Mareep. That's the 3 evolutions there.
Yeah, but Yogurt did say Mareep already.
Darn.
I think there's another turtle in here, so be careful. There's not a turtle. There might be a turtle on top, though. They do like to hang out... Turtles do like to hang out on the rooftop. Alright, let's go up to the top and be careful. I wasn't a big fan of Gen 5. I'm still not a big fan of Gen 5 Yogurt. I didn't really like the story, honestly, but I still need to oh, yep, there's a turtle here, Phil. Be careful. I do still need to finish Black and White 2, which I do hear is the superior one, so I can't fully give... That's fair. I wasn't impressed with most of the Pokemon. Haxorus is kind of ugly, to be quite honest. Careful if he's attacking me.
And decide, take one.
That's fair. I'm just trying to think, and it's like most of the Gen 5 Pokemon I just didn't care for. Gothita, actually, I don't dislike too much, but then I remember that fans are creepy, and that's not on Gothita. That's not Gothita's fault, but it doesn't make it so that the fans are any less creepy. And I'm... Oh, turtle.
Try to fall down now?
Yeah, I fell down on purpose. This is where we need to go next anyways. Midna fanboy? Yeah, that's true. Midna fanboys, yeah. I mean, I like Midna, but at the same time, I don't like Midna like that.
Dude, creepy fanboys are gonna do creepy fanboy things. You might as well not you might as well not let them not allow you to design cool characters.
I mean, I try not to, but it's still... Oh, careful, turtle again. Still doesn't mean it's like, The Solosis line, I do admit, like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Audino. At least you didn't die. I mean, listen, from a previous lifetime, Yogurt, I can tell you there is, things you won't like of basically every single Pokemon. And I hate to say that. I'm sure there's probably a male Gothita, which once again does not make much sense, just like Gardevoir does not make much sense. Okay, let's head back. We can go do the bossy now.
It kind of freaked me out.
Let's not do that one. What's up?
The fact that there are female Machoke.
I mean, there's female bodybuilders, so that would make sense to me, actually. The fact that there's male Gardevoirs does not make any sense, and I think that after Gen 3, they should have made it so that Glade is male only. Actually, I think Glade cannot be female now that I think about it. But they should have made Gardevoir be female only.
Oh,
It's like, come on,
turned
guys.
it into like a whole Nidoran.
Kind of, yeah. Female Mr. Mime, that's true. That should be Mrs. Mime. I mean, I did name my King's Gambit from Scarlet and Violet Queen's Gambit, Yogurt. Alright, now into the boss. There was just some loot and stuff there, so it's like, let's get the loot. We might only have enough time for mine tonight, then we'll have to do yours in 2 weeks, Phil. It's almost 11:30. Careful. Oh, look. I'll let you take care of that.
Lag.
As I see you still swinging over there. Can I open this door now, or not yet? Oh, you can. Okay, this is the other one you can use for a soldier key. Actually, I think this is the way we need to go anyway, so.
Was this the boss? Oh, hi.
The boss will be there eventually, yeah. Be careful with this boss, by the way. We've technically fought it before we died to it.
That guy.
Yeah, it's him now. I'm going to heal in a second. I think there's an item up here. And no enemy. Okay. Pardon me. I'll walk through the door here in a second. We could try to use the ballista on here, but the problem with the ballista is we might hit one another, so I'm not going to recommend it. Unless we both fight away from the ballista, so we can try to hit him with the ballista. Because unsurprisingly, hitting him with the ballista does do a lot of damage.
Oh, that's the point.
Try me. If you want to bait him, I'll load up the ballista until you dodge. I gotta wait for you to get in first. Dodge. Oh, yeah, dodge, 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 dodge! Dodge again, Phil.
Oh.
Yeah, the ballista really makes short work of him.
Okay.
If you can line it up. We basically got the best, the best way we could have gotten for that. But at least we got souls for that, so that's good. We might be able to do yours real quickly if you wanted to, but it's 11:30. So if you want to say, that's entirely fair. We can come back to this in 2 weeks. Don't forget to level up before you go, girl.
Okay.
I'm just singing a song.
Okay.
Wake me up before you go, girl. Do 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 do. There should be an item here, so I'll just be careful, grab that, and then we'll end here momentarily. And then we're doing Terraria again next week. We're just kind of taking... Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
we're just kind of taking small
I
breaks.
might want you, if possible, to load the Terraria world. Just have it open so I can build stuff.
Can we do that tonight or
No,
sometime this
not
week? Okay.
I don't know if I'll
let
have
me
the
know.
chance at all, but I want to redo my house entirely.
That's fair. As I say, if you do get an opportunity, let me know, and I have no problem doing that. Oh, I also got... I guess I should tell you one more thing, so I don't forget. For some bosses, it'll make it so that you can't summon after you beat that boss. You have to get rid of it at a bonfire. Not a big deal, but I have... After the Pursuer is one of those bosses, I just see the symbol up there, so I'm like, oh, I should go ahead and let Phil know that. Before I forget.
Before you go.
Do 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 do.
Okay, now I can use
Now-
the halberdier.
Oh, that's true. I was gonna say, you probably got a decent amount of souls there, didn't you?
Yeah, let's see now.
I'm at 18,000, so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go level up now. After I get carried away by a bird.
Ho ho ho.
No, Ho-Oh is the Pokemon for Gen 2, Phil, not Ho-Ho-Ho.
What is his
Though I guess you could argue, I guess you could argue Delibird would say Ho-Ho-Ho. These are very bad jokes. Very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad. Very bad joke. What, Joker? Oh. Also, I forgot to allow the... Oh, really? It did? So, out of curiosity, while we're on things that blow people's minds, Yogurt, did you know that Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are Uno, Dos, and Tres? So I did not realize that until recently.
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking.
I remember learning that.
Yeah, I did not. It's like, that was... Whoa. I mean, it makes sense in hindsight, but at the same time, it's like...
Okay.
That's true. Dano, Zuelos, and Hydreigon are 1, 2, 3 in German. That's true. Eins, zwei, drei.
Did you know?
I
that
do
the,
love ones.
the golems, like the Reggie Ice and the Reggie Stone and such.
Go on.
They represent the ages of history of mankind. The Ice Age.
I might have known that.
The Stone Age.
I think I did, and then they kind of did that, and they ruined that later with Reggie Lecky and Reichi, Drago, and some other stuff.
Oh.
I did know that Hitman Chan are named after Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, and Hitman Top
Yes.
is named after Jared Top. Yeah.
It's the obvious one. I'm a go now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Phil. God bless. I'm just going to read some Paul of Tarsus, and we'll end here as well. Wait, Hitman Top is named after Jared Top, the man who shoot Bruce Lee on set? That one I didn't know. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but it's still like, why? Why did you think... Pokemon's getting really brutal. Oh, you made that last bit up? Alright. I say the first two I definitely knew. You playing your tricks over there on me, you'll get with your fake trivia. I'm gonna lose Jeopardy now. Okay, so we got that up. Once we get our strength to 15, we can stop leveling strength and dex and just work on intelligence and faith. That'll be good at the very least. Eventually we can stop leveling adaptability, because agility doesn't matter as much past like level 100. I'll probably just level adaptability one more time, because attunement also does level agility as well. I just wanted a little bit faster adaptability, so. Has there really never been a rock ghost Pokemon? You're right, there's been a earth ghost Pokemon with Golett and Golurk. Yeah, I got those names right. Did I get rid of it? Might have. Alright. I think that's about it then. So we're looking pretty good after this session, honestly. I still don't have a weapon that I'm particularly sold on, but our faith is up, our intelligence is going to hit 10 soon. It's like, wouldn't rock ghosts be invulnerable to a lot of things now that I'm thinking about it? That's probably the reason why. Anyway, okay. Let's go ahead and read some Paul of Tarsus. I did night prayers with my son already. So we'll go ahead and do 3 pages of Paul of Tarsus, and then we'll do the Catechism tomorrow. So that'll be nice. Chapter 50, Before the Great Council. On the next day, meaning to know more... Oh, that. What fell? Hold on. I want to find out what fell. What happened? My controller. Alright, whatever. I guess. I promise it's not me. The chair is being funny. Oh, I love my cat, but he gets bits of himself that he's brought from the litter box everywhere. He needs to be better about cleaning himself. I need to be better about cleaning myself. Anyways. Chapter 50, Before the Great Council. But the next day, meaning to know more diligently for what cause he was accused by the Jews, he loosed him and commanded the priests to come together in all the council. And bringing forth Paul, he set him before them. In analyzing the psychology of danger, it is interesting to observe how different temperaments react to it. For some so-called romantic and adventurous spirits, danger has a certain attraction. It offers fascination. Some persons go jubilantly into danger. Others tremble at the thought of danger. Their knees turn to water. Still, others are too phlegmatic to fear danger. They lack imagination to picture the peril or its consequences. Your true hero, however, sees danger as it is. He does not rush headlong into it, but when he realizes that danger is midway in his path, that it is inescapable, he goes bravely forward, dropping his visor, that is. He does not permit his imagination to exaggerate the danger. Like the knight in Albert Duer's woodcut, he rides straight on between death and the devil. When Paul realized that this danger was unavoidable, he faced it bravely. He did not lose his self-possession for even a moment. When he lay on the pavement of the court with the trampling feet storming over him, when he was stretched upon the rack, he coolly considered was the best course to follow. The next day, Paul showed the same presence of mind when the commandant of the fortress brought his prisoner before the Sanhedrin, consisting of the high priest and 71 counselors, in order to have some light thrown on this trouble. Claudius Lysias accompanied Paul under military escort to the same tribunal that had once condemned Jesus. This time, however, it did not meet in the council chamber, as if in the court of the priests, but in some hall in the outer court where Stephen had been tried. Among the members of the council were several familiar faces. Among them, too, was the former high priest Caiaphas. The heavy weight of crimes on his consciences seemed only to have hardened the old scoundrel, although deep lines furrowed his face. Evidently, the high priest Ananias, from 47 to 59, whom Herod had himself placed in office, was not presiding at today's trial. At no time in its history had the office of a high priest of the Jews fallen to such a low state as now. Ananias was a member of the family of Annas, which even in Jewish writings was often referred to as a breed of vipers, and Ananias himself as described by his contemporaries as a greedy, gluttonous man about town, known for his unbridled sensuality, who shunned no means to satisfy his lust. Paul had been out of touch with Jerusalem for many years now, and therefore did not know the high priest personally. Today he was also making his first acquaintance with that aristocratic section of the priesthood called the Sadducees. That party of refined gentlemen, shrewd ecclesiastical politicians, and enlightened spirits. The Sadducees were principally concerned about keeping down any national or religious movement among the Jews, so that their own position would not be jeopardized. Luke, who was not present at this meeting of the council, is silent about the details. It seems, however, that Lysias requested the president to define the accusation they were making against Paul because of the frivolous view which the Sadducees took with regard to religious teachings. They immediately declared that it was ridiculous to characterize Paul's teaching about the resurrection of Christ and his vision at Damascus as politically dangerous. Whenever such words as resurrection, angel, or spirit were mentioned, they indulged in derisive laughter at the expense of the Pharisees, who held dearly to these beliefs. In a flash, Paul saw the point where his enemies were divided, and he felt that the battle was half won. At the very beginning of the speech, he was making in his defense, a painful incident occurred. As Paul referred to the privilege of his good conscience, Ananias, bereft of all sense of human decency, ordered one of the temple servants to go to Paul and strike him on the mouth. A blow on the mouth, particularly in open assembly, was one of the worst insults that could be inflicted on a son of Israel. It meant that this man ceases now to belong to the people of Israel. We can easily understand how Paul, in whose veins flowed the blood of noble Jewish ancestors, almost lost control of himself at this indignity. Excitedly, he cried out to Ananias, "God shall strike you, you whited wall, for you sit to judge me according to the law, and contrary to the law, command me to be struck?" Here again we see the inconsistency of the Pharisees' moral judgment. Paul was immediately reproved for reviling the high priest of God, but the high priest's unjust action is passed over. In excuse, Paul replied, "I knew not, brethren, that he is the high priest." This excuse is variously interpreted, but very likely Paul implied with considerable irony. It never entered my mind that this could be the high priest, or that a high priest could go so far forget his dignity. A comparison of Paul's action here was with that of Jesus in a similar case, shows that the disciple cannot approach the moral perfection of his divine master. Of course, Paul was under no obligation to painfully copy what Jesus did. That is not what is meant by the imitation of Christ. Paul's figure of the whitened wall may recall to some of the Pharisees sitting here a similar remark by Jesus, when he called them whitened sepulchres. It was a telling blow, for the word aptly characterized the high priest as a decadent phenomenon, giving the outward appearance of virtue, righteousness, and power, while beneath it all was rottenness. Paul's dire prophecy found fulfillment. A few years later, when Ananias was hiding from the Seekerian conspirators. He was murdered. And that's what we'll learn this time. We'll go ahead and do 4 pages of Paul Tarsus next time, but tomorrow we'll go ahead and do another 4 pages of the Catechism. So we're getting pretty far in both of them. The Catechism, I think we're pretty close to being done because we're on page 500, which actually, well, yeah, actually closer than I thought, because I think the Catechism is 700 pages? Maybe not even. Not quite 700 pages. It's pretty close, though. 688. So we still have, you know, another 170 pages to go, but still, I'm trying to be better about this. I get that, Yogurt. I'm trying to be better about it, too, because it's like, I want to do more reading myself. I've started reading, Bishop Barron's The Pivotal Players. Yeah, that's right. And I just finished Pope Benedict XVI's Christ trilogy, because I had saved the infancy narrative for last, and I want to be better about it, because I'm not reading as fast as I'd like to be. And as is, I'm trying to be better about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I think I got the most out of the other two more than the infancy narrative, but I think that's on me. And I think I need to go ahead and reread it, which I will do sometime in the future. So that's on me and not on Pope Benedict Benedict the 16th. There we go. I can get there eventually with my words. I think we'll be at fat rolling. Oh, we're not fat rolling. When do we start fat rolling? Not yet. No, still not yet. Actually, I don't think there's a Drangleic helm, so I guess it's 70%. I'm so used to Dark Souls 1 that okay. I mean, that'll work for a while. I am also going to head to bed, Yogurt, so I'm going to shut it down. I don't think there's anybody to raid. Let me see. Maybe Giggs is live. You too, Yogurt. You have a good night and God bless. The only thing is, I want to possibly raid if somebody's live. Nobody is live. I will go ahead and just end the stream then. You all have a wonderful night. God bless. Remember that God loves each and every one of you. Listen to more. Good night, everybody. God bless. Thanks for being here, Yogurt.